Are people getting sick of Disney? That is what we're starting here. So we have the Blu-ray sales, which have not really been updated for a while. These are the Blu-ray sales for ending January 10th. Okay, Tenet is about to outsell Mulan, both released at the same time. Tenet, released in theaters, meanwhile Mulan released exclusively on Disney Plus. Okay, again, Tenet got good reception by people, and Mulan, nobody likes Mulan. Okay, we can see this here in the last year. We already saw that in the last year Blu-ray chart. Onward sold abysmally on Blu-ray. Disney sells poorly on Blu-ray. Why does Disney sell poorly on Blu-ray? People are gonna say, "Oh yes, because of Disney Plus." Because of Disney Plus, that's the reason why. Okay, even though even though Godzilla is doing pretty well in the theaters, despite HBO Max, I don't know why I can't get to Blu-ray. There was something wrong with the numbers. Okay, I literally had to look it up because the numbers was being like that. But you look at the best-selling movies of 2020 on Blu-ray and DVD. You can see that besides Frozen 2, there was not a single Disney movie on here. Not a single. Oh, and there's also Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know why people even wanted to see. Again, it's Star Wars, and it's still sold. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker still sold worse. It's gonna have worse ratings than Joker, Jojo Tour, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Jumanji the Next Level. Let's look at 2021 sales. Okay, 2021 sales, Tenet is the best selling movie. Okay, we have some of these movies that were up there. We had 1917, we had Sonic, Soldier Tour, all, and what was Joker? Midway is still doing well, and even Venom is doing better than Disney. But Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker is only at 86, and well is Frozen 2. Well is Frozen 2, which was the highest selling movie of last year. I wonder where it is. Oh yeah, no one's buying it. Why? Because Disney's not gonna charge $40 for Frozen 2. Okay? Which was a movie that was mediocre at best. Okay? Even freaking Rock Dog was flopped is selling better. Okay? And I don't see Joker anywhere either, which is kind of odd. But Joker is a R-rated movie, so. And of course, John Wick 3, which is a evergreen title, which is. Yeah, John Wick 3 is in the top 10. So, obviously, people are just not buying Disney. John Wick 3. Even people. Do you know what the funny thing is? Doolittle, which was hated. I watched the movie. It was pretty good. It was pretty alright. But Doolittle, it was hated by the critics. The critics said it was unfunny. The critics said it was horrible. Okay? The critics said it was bad, of course. It's so better than Onward. A movie that was praised by the critics because it was made by Pixar, because it had a Disney logo and a Disney brand on it. It was considered a masterpiece. Or let's look at Sonic. Okay? Sonic is having better legs than Frozen 2 on Blu-ray. Okay? Sonic is having better Blu-ray legs than Frozen. Okay? Ever since it has come out, it has not left the Blu-ray sales. It has not left them. Okay? Sonic has been selling very well since May 24th, 2020. Okay? Because people actually like the Sonic movie. People actually bought it. Frozen died out around May. Right around when the Sonic movie came out. And it did have a resurgence on November 15th. I don't know why. But Sonic is doing far better than Frozen now. But Frozen made 3.73 million people bought Frozen 2. Look at another movie that has been very, very successful. Midway. Despite what the critics have been saying, despite what the haters have been saying about Midway is going to sell 1 million copies on Blu-ray. Yep. 1 million people are going to buy Midway on Blu-ray. Yep. Had better wigs than Frozen. Disney, of course. John Wick 3, of course, we all know John Wick 3 is a literal evergreen title. Bad Boys for Life is still selling pretty well. Birds of Prey, even Birds of Prey is selling better than Frozen 2. Which is hilarious because people hated Birds of Prey. Or as I call it, Turds of Prey. But Jumanji and Next Level has also been doing pretty well. okay, did far better rigs wise than Frozen 2. Okay, Frozen 2. Okay, Frozen 2. Okay, and you can see this all over the place. Disney is just not selling well anymore. Disney is not selling well anymore. Detective Pikachu made the list. Okay, I bet if Alita was not Disney was not a Fox property, I bet it would still be on this list. Because Disney is trying everything they can do to hide that movie. We all know Disney's trying to do everything they can to hide that movie. Okay, now let's go at the box office. Here, the most recent box office. Oh, they have both the weekend and weekly. I'm stupid, but they have the weekend Satio. And the most hilarious thing, go to total gross. Where in the Lost Dragon is flop. Okay, despite the movie got glowing praise from Disney fanboys, despite the critics saying it was such an amazing movie because it was made by Disney and the Disney logo, guess what? The best-selling movies are not Where in the Last Dragon and Disney. Okay, it almost seems that people are rebelling against Disney, and of course you can see people are watching it on Disney Plus. Okay, but it's still a flop. It's still a failure. Okay. Where in the Lost Dragon is still a massive, colossal failure. Just like Mulan and just like Onward. Where in the Lost Dragon is still a failure. It has a budget, I think. What is the budget for the movie? They don't even show it. But it's like around 150 million, 200 million, which is the average Disney budget. And no one's watching this movie. Okay? And people can say, oh, the reason why people don't want to watch because Kelly Marie Tran. That's the reason they'll exclude it. No, it's because people don't like Disney. People don't like Disney anymore. Okay, people are sick of Disney. Okay, people are getting sick of Disney. Okay, Cruise and New Age made more money. Total. And Where in the Lost Dragon is not going to catch up to the Cruise and New Age or Tom and Jerry. Where in the Lost Dragon might catch up to Tom and Jerry, but it's not going to catch up to Wonder Woman. It might catch up to Wonder Woman. It's very lucky, but not Cruise, and definitely not Godzilla versus Kong. And probably Mortal Kombat will probably outsell Where in the Last Dragon as well. Okay. Marvel didn't have a single release last year. All Disney relied on last year was The Mandalorian. That's all Disney relied on last year, and it sold. Okay. All Disney relied on was Baby Yoda. Freaking Baby Yoda. And we have the best-selling movies on DAG. Okay, you have Wonder Woman, News of the World, Promising Young Woman, Cruise, Monster Hunter, Greenland, City of Lies, Go in the Basement, Willy's Wonderland, and then we have Soar 11. 11. Okay? 11. It has been outsold by the Harry Potter collection, which came out in 2006. That's just hilarious right there. More people do have watched the Harry Potter collection, which is an older movie, because they usually promote newer movies on here, than Soul. Okay? I bet Soul's not going to catch up to Sonic and Sales. Okay? And Disney fans will throw out, oh, it's underrated. That's why, okay? It's Pixar. Okay? You guys constantly praise Pixar as the greatest movie company of all time. Okay? You guys constantly call Pixar the greatest movie company of all time, basically. But now no one's watching Pixar. You can see this, yes, Disney had record sales in 2019, but 2020 bit them hard on the ass like they really deserved it. For ruining Star Wars, they're about to ruin Marvel, and they ruined everything else. And it's almost like big karma came for them and basically teach Disney the lesson. Okay? I always told you the Blu-ray, prices for Disney. Okay? These are DVD sales for all movies. Where is Disney? Okay, Disney is supposed to be the king of DVD sales, but the only movie on here is Mulan, and it's not selling. It's not even in the top 10. Okay, Tenet's in the top 10. Came out. It's selling better than Mulan. Okay, Mulan actually was out for a month longer than Tenet, but Tenet is probably gonna outsell Mulan Wouldn't be surprised. You know, but it's being outsold by How to Train Your Dragon, which came out like a decade ago. It's being outsold by The War of Grandpa. How embarrassing is that? The War of Grandpa. Okay? The Meg, a movie that the critics will complain about. Oh my god, it sucks too big. Okay? It's being outsold by the freaking Meg. Okay? The Meg is a better movie than Mulan. Okay? I'm talking about, this is the remake of Mulan, not the original Mulan. Okay? And it's probably being outsold. It's being out. And if you got the Blu-ray sales charts, you know, Mulan being outsold by 1917. It came out a year ago on Blu-ray. Okay? It is January 10th, but Mulan is being outsold by 1917. It's being outsold by the Harry Potter collection once again. And it's also about to be outsold on Blu-ray by Tenet. Okay? The weekly Blu-ray and DVD sales. Okay? Mulan is actually at number 4 on this one, but the thing still stands that Mulan is nothing but a failure. Okay? It failed on Disney Plus. Disney won't admit it did. Okay? But we all know it failed. Okay? Mulan bombed overseas, which probably reflected sales worldwide. No one bought Mulan. Okay? Same thing could be applied of Onward. No one bought Onward. Nobody gave a crap about Onward. And Frozen 2 and Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, those were 2019 releases. Okay? All of Disney's 2020 releases have flopped and failed and are becoming forgotten. Let's look at the movie. Let's look at the movie Soul. Does anyone really remember that movie that well? That much? No. Okay? No one really remembers that movie that much because nobody gives a crap about Disney. No one's watching Disney. Okay? Yeah, Tom and Jerry and Cruise may have less reviews on IMDb, but I have proven time and time again that IMDb is biased towards Disney. So back with the total Blu-ray sales sold. Okay? And now let's go to the biggest joke, which was 2019 in Blu-ray sales. Okay? Disney would be ashamed of this list. Okay? The best-selling movie of the year was, of course, Endgame. But Aquaman Bohemian Rhapsody sold more copies than Captain Marvel. Despite Aquaman and Bohemian Rhapsody making less money, because this is only United States. Let's remember that. We're only doing United States sales. Okay, Aquaman made $340 million domestically. Okay, $300 million domestically. Okay, let's look at Aquaman sales. This is Aquaman sales. We have domestic box office for Aquaman. Okay, $345 million. Okay, and Endgame was, of course, going to be topping that chart, but then we'll go to Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay. How do I spell Bohemian again? Okay, am I spelling Bohemian correct? No, I did not. Oh, I didn't spell Rhapsody correct. Let's go to Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay? Paid $216 million domestically. But both of them outsold Captain Marvel. Okay? Let's look at Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel Cap. Captain Marvel made $426 million. Despite this, Aquaman and Bohemian Rhapsody sold more copies on Blu-ray and DVD than Captain Marvel. Okay, same thing with Toy Story. Toy Story sold more copies, less copies, and had worse wigs than Aquaman and Bohemian Rhapsody. Aquaman sold 4.2 million copies, and Bohemian Rhapsody still outsold I don't think Bohemian Rhapsody outsold Toy Story 4. I think Toy Story 4 eventually caught up to Bohemian Rhapsody somehow. But it's nowhere here on this list, so obviously it's not by much. Much and sales. Sales, here we have, I don't think Bohemian Rhapsody is either, but Bohemian Rhapsody still sold more copies, too. So, obviously, we can tell what movies people really care about. And we have Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay, that also made less money than Bohemian Rhapsody and Aquaman. Spider-Man the Spider-Verse outsold the Lion King remake, which is just the funniest thing ever. Spider-Man the Spider-Verse outsold the Lion King remake. Okay, which nobody really cared about. Nobody really cared about the Lion King remake when it left theaters because nobody cared about it. The Lion King remake, poof. Here. And that was a big, massive embarrassment. Big, massive embarrassment. Okay, I want to show you how much money copies the Lion King remake sold. Okay, the Lion King, I think it's a good sold deal. Yeah, 2019. Lion King, it made $543 million worldwide, domestically. Despite this, besides Endgame, all the movies before the Lion King remake sold less money. And John Wick, with its evergreen sales, also sold more copies than Captain Marvel as well. Okay? John Wick is gonna outsold Captain Marvel. Let's look at John Wick sales. Okay, John Wick 3. John Wick 3 sales here as well. Okay, John Wick 3 Chapter Parabellum. Okay, $171 million. That is far less than Captain Marvel and the Lion King remake and Toy Story 4. But despite those being the highest grossing movies, I can go to Aladdin too. Aladdin made $333 million. Despite this, Bumblebee made less money. The first Star Wars born, and they sold more copies than Aladdin. Okay, well, breaks the internet. That was around John Wick sales, but John Wick sold more. Okay, and then we had the biggest joke. Mary Poppins Returns. It got outsold by Godzilla, made less money. Okay, it got outsold by freaking Shazam and Godzilla and Pikachu. Got destroyed by those movies. Okay, and then we have Dark Phoenix and Dumbo. Got destroyed by Dark Phoenix somehow sold that much copies. Okay, then we go for down here. We have Creed 2, Jumanji, The Mule, which had pretty good. Which again, Creed 2, not Creed 2. The Mule had pretty good wigs. But again, why isn't Disney selling that well? Why are Disney movies having horrible wigs? Okay, why are Disney movies having horrible wigs now? Okay, it's almost like the only people who are really buying Disney movies are people who are obsessed with Disney. Okay, people who are obsessed with Disney. Those are the only people really buying Disney movies at this point. Okay, and it shows. It shows. Okay, the only Disney movies really selling is the original Lion King, and Frozen. Those are the only true evergreen Disney movies. And of course, Home Alone because Disney bought Fox. But I bet once they put the Disney cover on it, Nightmare Before Christmas, as well. Those are the only real evergreen titles. You never see Infinity War and Endgame topping the charts because no one's gonna pay $40 for Endgame when they can watch it for $7 a month because on Disney Plus, because Disney will never reduce the price of the movies. Okay, the reason why those titles remain evergreen titles because they're not that expensive, especially Home Alone. Home Alone is always only $4. Okay, but when you take away that evergreenness from a movie, when you increase the price of a movie, no one's gonna buy it. And we could go here as well. The Greatest Showman didn't make that much money compared to the last and Infinity War. Despite that, and Black Panther, because if you include 2019 sales, The Greatest Showman outsold Black Panther, it outsold Infinity War, it outsold The Last Jedi, and Coco. All Disney movies, despite making less money. Okay, the ultimate underdog as well. It's the ultimate underdog. And same thing, and Jumanji than that, the Welcome to the Jungle as well. The ultimate underdog, basically. It outsold all of them. Eventually outsold all of them. Okay? Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle sold 5 million copies, basically. Outsold all of the Disney movies that were released that made more money than the theaters. Okay? And the trend of Disney dying is continuing. It is continuing. The trend of Disney dying is continuing. People are getting sick of Disney and all the IPs that they own. Okay? People are getting sick of Disney. Okay? It's just a fact. As well. Okay? And we're starting to see this reflect of 2020 sales of Blu-rays. We're starting to see this reflect of Onward bombing, Mulan bombing, compared to Midway. Mulan's never going to catch up to Midway. Okay, it's never going to catch up to Midway. Okay, Mulan is never going to catch up to Midway. Because people actually like that movie. Same thing with 1917 and Sonic. It's never going to catch up to Sonic. It's never going to catch up to 1917. And it's definitely never going to catch up to Joker. Okay? You know, Mulan is already selling that poorly in the first weeks of 2021. Okay? And Sonic's eventually going to pass it. New Mutants is a flop. Okay? Midway's eventually going to pass Mulan as well this year. Wouldn't be surprised. But where was Disney? Where was Disney? So, the numbers show. And Disney fanboys can argue in respect of videos all they want. But we're seeing the death of Disney. We're literally seeing a death of Disney and the monopoly over film. Goodbye.